I'm not a country boy. Yes, I live in the country. I'm from the country. I like some aspects of country living, but I am not a country boy. I'm not a redneck. I'm not a hillbilly, and I'm also not a hick. And always it's always annoying, whenever someone discovers or finds out that I live in the country, that I was born in the country. When someone finds that out, they automatically assume things about me. They automatically refer to me as, a country boy, or that I'm like a redneck or a hillbilly or a hick, and among other things as well. And it's always so annoying, you know. It's honestly, it's kind of like it's kind of like that's all they'll ever think about me, you know. That's all I'll ever be to them is that once they found out, you know, once they found out that I live in the country, I was born in the country and raised in the country or whatever, that's all I'll ever be to them is, country boy, redneck, hillbilly, hick. That's all they'll ever think of me. That's all I'll ever be to them. And I understand and I know that I can't control and, how people perceive and think about me. I can't control that. I understand that. But it's still annoying. You know? It's still annoying because I don't like it. Because I'm more than that. I'm more than where I live. You know, I'm not one of those people who base their entire lives and personalities on where they live. Not that there's really anything that wrong with that, doing that. Like, if you want to do that, it makes you happy, go for it. But it's not for me. It's not the kind of person I am. I never want to base my entire life and personality on where I live. Just not me. Because I'm more than that. At least I feel like I'm more than that. I'm more than where I live. And honestly, it's just like, that's why it makes it so annoying because, you know, I just wish these people would see and understand that, and realize that yes, I live in the country. Yes, I was born in the country and raised in the country, and like some country, or like some aspects of country living. But it doesn't automatically make me a country boy, or a redneck, or a hillbilly, or a hick, or anything. I just wish they would realize that, and maybe, just maybe, think differently of me, and not assume things, and actually maybe realize that, I'm more than that. I'm more complex than, just being from the country. And yeah, it's just annoying, but and I wish people would just, stop calling me these things and stop referring to me as these things, and maybe realize that people are some people are more than, where they live, and you really shouldn't like group them together, or you know put them together, or, slap a fucking label on them, and always think of them, and, you know, always think of them that way, and only see them that way, you know. And it's just, yeah, I just wish people would, you know, realize and understand, that some people are more than where they live. And